Today we're drinking two different drinks. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Arizona half and half.
And I am also drinking half and half, but it's peace tea and lemonade.
Which sounds disgusting if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm drinking half and half.
I'm drinking half and half. What's going on, Devin Hebert fans, and welcome back to another video. Today is another episode of Customer Commentary. This week, our guest is my good friend, Raina.
Hey.
She's our guest today, and you want to just jump into it?
Yeah, so,
Well, first things first, where did you work at this time? Because I know it's not what you currently do.
It's not what I currently do, thank God. I used to work at a deli. Yeah, that was the time. That was the time. That was the time. I swear, every day, there was somebody.
There was someone?
For example, there was this guy that would come in. He was this elderly man. He just, like, had no idea where he was half the time. So, like, he'd walk up to the deli, and he would just be looking at everything. And you'd stand there, and you'd wait. And you'd wait. And you'd wait. And then, you know, he'd look at you. And you just, like, be staring at him. It's like, what are you doing? And he'd have this list. And, you know, one time I was like, hey, can I look at your list to help you out? No. This is my list. Okay.
He's defensive about his list.
Yes. That is your list. You're right. So, there was one time he asked for, like, it was, like, some sort of, like, chicken. And we handed it to him. I didn't want this. Excuse me?
And don't you have to show them the first slice?
No, it wasn't a slice. It was from the,
Oh!
in the containers.
Oh! I know what you mean, the salad things on the bottom, right?
Yeah, like the salad side, and then there was like the cold foods or the hot foods or whatever you want to call them. So it was chicken, but in the chicken pieces, he asked for like 2 pounds of it, and we handed it. I didn't ask for that. Well, what do you want? Every time. That's why we want to look at your list. And then you give it to him, and he would just kind of like hang around the front of the deli, just kind of not knowing what to do with the rest of his day.
So is it like questioning, like, does he want more?
Yeah. So like you move on to the next customer, but then he would kind of like hang around, and you're like, what do I do? So anytime after that, anytime he would show up, I would give him to another deli worker. No.
You deal with him.
No.
You deal with him.
Not doing
Did he
it.
come at least earlier in the day, or was he always a later customer?
He was always a late, not like super late, probably like midday customer, so he wasn't too bad. Although, roast beef lady. That's what we would call her. She would come in, so we would close at 10, and she would come in at like 9:53. At the latest she came, I think, was like 9:57. And it's like, do you really need roast beef at 9:57 at night?
Right before you close.
Right before we close. It's like, slicers are cleaned, like we're ready to go. And then we see her walking herself up there, and it's like, there have been times where I have hidden in the back. I literally got in like a cupboard in the back.
Oh,
I got in it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not dealing with this. So she would come up, and she was so rude. I had a coworker actually lose it on the roast beef lady. It was me and him working, and we were both closing the deli. And this was around the time she came. She came in like 9:50, which like isn't any better, but
it's slightly better.
A little earlier, but we still were closing down the cheese slicer, so, which is the last slicer that we closed down. So she comes up, and I was like, ooh, I'm not dealing with that. So as soon as I saw her, I was like, turned around and walked in the back. So he's helping her, but he was like, you know, listen, we just closed our slicers down. Like, we can't help you. Sorry. And because he gave no fucks. So she was like, well, I come here like every other day, and I always get roast beef, no problem, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, today You're not getting any roast beef. So it was just like them arguing back and forth, back and forth. So then we had to get our manager over, or the night manager over, and guess what we had to do? Give her roast beef.
Lovely.
And guess who wasn't giving her roast beef?
You?
My coworker.
Oh, it was you?
So I had to give her roast beef.
Wow. I think that's so dumb that, like, management would, like... It's what enables the customers always right bullshit, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Because the management always is like, oh, yeah, we can do it for you. But it's like, no, we have rules, so they should follow the rules, too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I remember, maybe this was the roast beef lady, but I remember you were telling me, like, back in the day when I'd pick you up, like, oh, I just had the worst customer, like, right before you left. It might have been the roast beef lady.
You know, the roast beef lady was when I worked there not so long ago. When I first worked there was a roast beef guy who would come in.
A roast beef guy?
Yes, it was a guy who would come in.
Oh, so the lady was the second time you were working there.
Yeah.
That's right.
The first time I was working there, it was the roast beef guy. So he'd come in. We'd only have the cheese slicer open.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd come in and usually, like, so if they come up and they're like, hey, can I get, a pound of ham? Okay, so we only have the cheese slicer open. Do you need cheese first? So we'd always ask him.
Yep, I remember that.
Every time, do you need cheese first? No, I just need roast beef. But he'd get the Angus roast beef, which was the bloodiest roast beef. We'd put it on the cheese slicer. We'd slice it. We'd give him a pound or whatever. We'd give it to him. Can I get you anything else? Oh, I totally forgot. Can I get a pound of cheese? Every time he would come in.
It's like you asked him first.
Every time.
It should have got to the point where you were like, I know you forgot.
Yeah, right.
Now, what's the cheese you want?
Yeah, right? You know what? No, you don't need roast beef first. You need cheese first because you forget every time. No. So what happens is we have to clean off the cheese slicer because it's now covered in blood.
Because it's the bloodiest one he wants too, so it makes it even worse.
So it's all over the cheese slicer. So we have to be like, all right, you just got to give me a few minutes. And then he gets impatient. If you remembered, if you made a list.
Like the list guy.
Like the list guy who's very... my list.
That's about his list.
My list. I mean, there have been times where I'll slice like a pound. Oh, there have been so many times where I would slice some cheese, right? And I would show them the slice. A-okay. And I would start to pile it. And they're like, whoa, that's too thick.
You just
and I'm like, no, it's not. And I'll take it off and I'll show them. And I'm like, this is the thickness that you wanted. And they're like, oh, I guess it just looks different in a stack. Yeah, shut up, Karen. Shut up. But there have been times where it would be like a whole pound. And I'd go to wrap it up and they're like, can you redo that? That's too thin.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Right? When I showed you the slice and I put it up, can you...
So when you do that, did it just end up going into your case? Or was it just wasted?
No. Well, so we'd package it, and then put it out in the pre-slice case.
Yeah.
Or...
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So at least it didn't go to waste.
Yeah, that's usually what we do with it. And there have been times where I'm like, this is what you wanted. Oh, yeah, but you know what? I changed my mind. No, you didn't change your mind.
You have any other customer and or coworker stories? Because we could jump into that vein.
I mean, I've had difficult coworkers at another location.
Ooh.
Can we jump into a second location?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, second location.
Second location is a
restaurant. It was this one coworker who she was the daughter of the owner of the restaurant. So I totally think she only got the job because she is
definitely
a relative.
Definitely.
Because she was awful.
100%.
So she would complain about everybody, about how much people sucked at their job, but she wouldn't do her job. She would literally just stand behind the cash register majority of the time or eat.
Nice.
You don't even know.
Nice.
I would be working the line and also on the register, back and forth, while she's eating. I could see her.
And she's not.
All through the hole in the line, looking at her. She's just eating. So
just leaving you there.
Seriously, just leaving me there. And I would stare at her too. While I'm like, you know, cooking on the line, like I'll turn around, I'll look at her. It's like, what do you...
Can you help?
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, help, please.
Seriously. And I would always yell. I would yell her name. I would be like, yo, where's Connie? Where's Connie? Why is Connie not back here? Where is she? And she'll suddenly like appear with like fucking soy sauce on the side of her mouth. It's like, what are you doing? Wipe your face.
Come on.
Quit being an animal. There have just been times where like we'd get into an argument on the line. There was a situation where we weren't calling names because for to-go orders because we didn't know if they ordered it over the phone, if they ordered it online. So we don't know if they're there. Yeah. So we'll, you know, package the food up, stick the receipt on there, staple it, and then kind of give it to Connie. So Connie's like, why are you guys calling names? And I looked at her and I'm like, it's because we don't know if these people are here. Trying to be reasonable. She's like, well, you should start calling names. I turned around. I'm like, you know, you have a mouth. You can call names. And I continued doing my cooking. I remember I quit. And then I went in to get my last paycheck. And I wanted some food.
Oh, boy.
So I was in line. And she's at the register. And I walk up. And she looks at me, right? And she's like, hi. How may I help you?
Just so monotone.
Hi. How may I help you? Doesn't even acknowledge that it's me. Yeah. It's just like, what can I get for you? Bye.
Nice.
So I ordered my food and waited.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been my guest, Raina. Thanks for joining me today on Customer Commentary.
It's been a pleasure.
All my socials are down in the description down below. I'll probably link hers there too. Remember to like the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. See you guys.
Bye.
Counting sheep once again.